This is restorative yoga to help you relax so that you can fall asleep easily in the evening. I have some props here, a cat, Barry. That's not really necessary. I have some yoga blankets. They're Mexican blankets. I use 3 blankets. And I'm folding them. And a narrow stack. I also have a round bolster. Again, none of this is a requirement, but it helps to have similar items, cushions, pillows, blankets. Blankets are best. And I also have a different kind of bolster, kind of a flat purple bolster. They're both easily found by searching on the internet. The first pose, I'm just going to use this purple bolster after a day of kind of crouching, slouching over a desk. It's nice to just open up the chest a little bit so that I can breathe more deeply. So I'm just putting it right behind my low back sacral area and just lying down with my sit bones, my tailbones on the mat. Oh, and I think I'll use a pillow too, because my head needs to be pushed forward a little bit. Oh yeah. And then the arms are open, chest is open. I'm just gonna breathe into the chest. Just with those tight muscles. Just above the breasts, just below the collarbone. We're going to stay in this position for another minute. While you're lying down like this, arms open, palms up if you can. Just want to focus on that breath. Allowing those muscles to lengthen a little bit. Feel the support of the floor beneath the hands. When you focus on the support beneath you, it's easier to melt down into that support. That's been a minute, and now we just gonna bring the knees up, feet planted on the floor. And be moving the knees back and forth slowly. Loosen up the hip joint. And then roll over onto one side and rest myself up. And we're gonna get set up for the next restorative posture. And that's gonna be a child pose. So I'm just gonna sit on the heels and set those things aside and bring the big round bolster in between my knees and just bring it up as close to myself as I can. I'm gonna rise up so that I can just lie down with my stomach, my belly supported by the bolster. And the head can turn one way. And we're gonna hold this position for a minute. Just allow yourself to sink in to the chest, into the belly. Again, feeling that support beneath you. Notice that your breath is now deepening. I'm going to bring the hands beneath the shoulders, press yourself up, lengthen through the front of the torso. And again, we're going to just kind of slink on down to bolster again. This time, turn your head in the other direction for a minute. Drape your hands back by your feet. Breathe deep. Breathe deep, sink in. Notice that more of the chest and belly are now touching that bolster. It's your body relaxing and letting go. Simply the position is calming to the nervous system. And that's good. Just bring your hands beneath your shoulders now. Press yourself up. Walk your hands forward. Then just stretch back one leg at a time. Stretching through the calf. Stretch those hands out. Walk your fingertips out. Stretch them out. Tailbone back. Press your hips up. Do a downward dog. Allow the head to press into the bolster in down dog. Breathing deep. And then lower yourself down. And we'll get set up for the next restorative posture. Legs up the wall pose. So you're gonna scoot your mat up to a wall. You can also use a chair or couch, wherever you are at right now. And but you're lying on the floor. Your feet are gonna go up on the couch or the wall or the chair. So I'm going to scoot over and bring the legs up. Now I have this purple bolster underneath me. You could have a blanket underneath your sacrum. The tailbone's hanging off the edge. Arms open. If you can bring the palms up, that'll help passively stretch the chest open again. Let those legs sink into the hips. Breathe into your heart. Now this pose you want to stay in for 4 minutes or more. These poses are really simple. Just write a few down, and if you can't remember, and this one gives you the most benefit in 4 or more minutes. This pose is extremely relaxing for the whole nervous system. And it also helps to kind of reverse the effects of gravity on the legs and the circulation in your legs. It's good for your circulation. Now, if you feel anxious with your palms up, put your palms down. You can imagine that any anxiousness just straining out of the palms down into the floor. Just grounding that out of you. Kind of how you might feel lying on a sunny beach. And we're just gonna lower the knee, feet down, roll over onto your side, press yourself up, use your hands. You want to try to come out of these poses with as little effort as possible. And it's time to relax in the final Shavasana. So I like to cover up with a blanket because, especially with those feet up the wall, the toes got cold. And maybe some people will like a pillow, so you can use your yoga blanket for a pillow. I'm going to use it folded like this. You can use it doubled up. And then toss that aside. Oh, yeah. Shavasana is also known as corpse pose, which is a challenge. If you couldn't not move at all, it's hard to not move at all when you're awake and aware. So what you want to do with that awake awareness is focus on your body from head to toe. Use your mind to touch on all those points in your body. Just close your eyes. And bring your attention to your forehead. Your jaw and cheeks. Shoulders, arms, hands and fingers. Your neck, your back, pelvis, chest, legs, feet, the fingers, the toes. Keep shifting your attention, touching all the parts of your body with your attention, especially touching those areas where you hold your tension with your mind. Just a touch of your awareness will relax it. Keep bringing your mind present. You can continue to relax that way. And I'm gonna get up and in a moment, just kind of stretch through the fingers and wiggle the fingers and toes. And draw the knees up. Hug them in. Gonna remove that blanket there. And hug the knees in. Oh, that feels good. Getting a little pop in my back. And then set your feet down, roll onto your side, pause. And then use your hands again, just your hands, your arms. Press yourself up, back to seated. And we'll just sit for a moment. And it's always nice to acknowledge your practice by sitting in a comfortable seated position and bringing your palms together, thumbs touching your heart. Breathing deep. Bring your inner gaze into your heart. Bring a soft smile on your face. Breathe your smile into your heart. Namaste. That little ritual at the end will help you to seal your practice. This practice, restorative yoga, really short practice, but profoundly helpful